I'm Jessica.
And I'm Miley.
And we are
Miley Made Me Do It.
Okay. So I will not be doing the flutter sleeves. I will not be doing the flutter sleeves version. I'm just gonna have just your regular sleeveless version. Okay, I think the flutter sleeves is super cute. I'm just not gonna do that. But today you can just go ahead and we're gonna, you know, get our flutter sleeves together, hem, and we're going to also, you know, and just gather them up. But right now I am going to get my, these are these are my accent pieces here. I've already went ahead and, hold on. Okay. So how we would do this, you have your accent piece strip of fabric. And what the pattern tells us to do is that we need to, the two raw ends, we need to match them in the middle. I don't know if you can see that there, but my raw ends are in the middle here, and that's how we got our accent piece. I just bought some heat and bond, the ultra hold, which probably didn't have to get the ultra hold, but that's what all I have. So I got some heat and bond ultra hold, and I just put that in the center of my accent piece. Okay. Take this off, and all I'll do is I iron this on my front bodice. Okay, so let's do this. So let's bring in, I'm gonna put this to the side, and I'm going to bring in my front bodice pieces. Okay, you're gonna have two of them. You're gonna have two front bodice pieces cut. They're gonna be mirrored. All right, I don't know if you can see this, but I went ahead and I cut my pattern. Well, I didn't cut it, but I fold my pattern pieces in half where the little lines were to attach my accent pieces. So I don't know if you can actually see the purple on it, but I did do that. Hold on, let's see. Go in. Can you see it? You see that right there? Right there. Okay. So I use my marking tool to put to let me know where I'm supposed to put my accent pieces. I've also went ahead and did the 3/4 inch here on my front pieces here on both sides, because when we add our accent piece, we're going to have to stop at this point. That's if you're going to do the long placket piece. I don't think I'm going to do that because my placket piece is going to be the same as this part here, but we'll see when we get there. All right, so let's get our straps here, and I am going to just put them along that line that I made. All right, just like this. Hold on. All right, put them along that line. Okay, so I have my accent pieces here. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to take this to my iron, and I'm going to heat up that heat and bond there. So I have it in the center, because this heat and bond that I'm using, you're not supposed to sew with it, but I just put it in the center so then I can, you know, I can be able to stitch along my edges here. So I'm gonna take this to my iron it, and then we're also just gonna do a 1/8 inch stitch along both of our sides here, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I get back. Okay, so I have these. I just wanted to come back and show you what foot I'm gonna use. This is like, I think it's called a blind hem foot. So look, this is where I put my stuff in. That little medicine bottle. But this is what I use. I use this blind hem foot, and I attach that on, and that right there helped me get my line straight when I do my. So I think I did a video showing y'all how it works, but this is how, if you have an issue with getting your line straight on your dresses, grab one of these. This will help. No, and this video is not paid or sponsored by blind hem foot people. So yeah, get you one of these. So I have my accent pieces attached. I think those look really, really cute. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna put these to the side. All right, and I have my bodice, well, my front bodice placket piece here. I am going to, so if you guys are not doing the slit placket piece, you can move on to the next step. But I am going to do the slit placket piece here. We don't need it yet. It just told you to get your pattern piece and cut it out. And then make sure you just transfer that placket piece here. So we're going to put that to the side because we don't need that. And then not at the moment. And so it also tells us if we're adding the placket piece, which we are. It tells us to get our bodice, our front bodice lining. So I've already transferred the slit drawing on the back here. So now let's get to the fun part. Let's see. Because I read this thing over and over again because I was like, oh, what in the world? Like, how do you do this? What do you mean? And at first I was going to use this fabric for the center. But I don't know. It's Miley getting a little older. I do want her to continue wearing them. So I didn't want it to be a too, you know, go too overboard with the patterns and stuff. And I didn't have any red fabric. So I just decided to just keep it plain with this here. Okay. So what it tells us to do is it says place the bodice placket piece right side up. Okay, these are bodice placket piece right side up. All right, just like this. And then it says place one main side bodice piece on top, right sides together. So I guess I'll try this side here. And what it tells us to do is it tells us to right sides together. It says sew to attach at the starting of the neck and stop at the 3/4 inch bottom, 3/4 inch from the bottom. So you remember that's why I put that there. Make sure you can see. All right. So I'm going to take this, and this pattern, you need to do a 1/2 inch seam allowance, okay? So that's what we're going to do. I have this right side up. I'm going to take this, and with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, I'm going to I'm going to sew on one side here. And that's going to fold in just like that. And then I'll take my other piece here, and then I'm going to pin, and I'm going to sew 1/2 inch seam allowance, stop there at the 3/4 inch seam allowance, and bam. That's what it'll look like, okay? So let's do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have my placket piece put on. If you see this wet spot, I use my just some of that Tide pen just to get that off or whatever. It's just, you know, it was messing my vibe. So I had to take it off or whatever. But anywho, so I've also went ahead and I fold my placket piece by 1/2 inch. Okay, now this is only if you're going to have, you know, I guess if you was being all, you know, creative and stuff like that, and you wanted this to fall over on the skirt piece. Okay, but this is what I did. This is what you'll need to do if you want to have that look, if you know that look. But I'm probably gonna, you know, do the regular way and I'm finna probably cut this off because there's no point. I didn't do any cutesy stuff. I didn't have what I wanted, so I didn't do it. So I probably just cut that off, and then that goes in with my skirt. All right, so now let's put our bodice piece together. So now let's get our bodice, back bodice pieces right sides together. We're going to boom, and then bam. We're going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance here on our shoulder seams here, okay? And I'm going to put this to the side. Now get your lining fabric here, just like this, right sides together, and then we're going to sew. I'm going to boom, Alright. I done got to the point now I barely pin. I don't even pin as much like I used to, unless it's the skirt though. Alright, so let's take this to our machine and we are going to attach our shoulder seams and I'll be back. Okay, so I have my back bodice piece on my main and my lining sewn. I also have them pressed towards the front of my bodice piece here. So I'm going to grab my lining. Just like this, and I'm going to put these on top. Right sides together. Oh, and also if you guys are doing the ruffles, our pattern pieces have little notches on where you will place your place your ruffle pieces. Okay, so just make sure you transfer all of your notches to your pattern piece. Okay, so right sides together. Since I am doing the V-neck, V-shaped here, I am going to, I mean, not the V-shape. Well, same thing. It's a slit. Okay. So, all of my ladies is doing the slit. What we're going to do, we are going to pin along the back bodice because we have them right sides together. Make sure we line these two babies up. All right. And here, okay, along the neckline and the other side of the bodice here. Okay, so we're going to sew 1/2 inch seam allowance along this back bodice piece here along the neckline. Here is where we're going to, if you're all of my slit ladies, excuse me. So here is where we're going to hit that baby here, and then we're going to go down, boom, and then go back up, boom, and then round the mountain and then down the hill. Okay, it also tells us that if you know, put some interfacing on the back for your buttons. Snaps, you don't have to do it unless you want to. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. If you're not doing the slit, it's just gonna be the regular smuggler. Boom, bam, thank you, ma'am, ham. Boom, just like that. And so yeah, we're gonna make sure we cut that little slit here, that little V-neck right up in this little part. Boop, boop, not too low, don't go too low because it don't look like it's supposed to go that low. Maybe it should, but yeah. All right, so let's do that. And then, oh, another thing, since we're not adding sleeves, we're also going to, because I'm glad I scrolled down, do a 1/2 inch seam allowance along our sleeves. That's not there. Okay. All right. And then we're going to turn this baby right side out. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have my bodice all turned out to the right side. I have my slit shape here. Let me see if it's supposed to look like that. Maybe a little too wide. I don't know. It looks like it should be right. We'll see. Okay, so I have that together. So now let's grab my pins real quick. We're going to put our front and bodice pieces together. So we're going to grab our back bodice piece here and our front bodice piece, and we're going to right size them together and pin. We're going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance to attach, and then we'll be done with our bodice. That was super easy. I was a little nervous about it when I first saw the pattern. I was like, how the heck are they going to do this? How are we going to do this slit shape? How do you do that? And it wasn't hard at all. All right, do the other side. And then we'll just take this to our iron and just iron it. Make it look all nice and pretty and crispy. Like some chips. Chips sound good. Okay, so let's do that and I'll be back. Okay, our bodice is done. Well, we would have to put some, of course, your snaps or your buttonholes in the back. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna cut this off here because I don't have any pizzazz in the front to make it, you know, forward. There's no point. So I'm gonna cut this off, but y'all saw how I did that. Okay, so now let's get our skirt pieces. You are doing the simple skirt. This would be for you, which is super simple. I like to go simple most of the time too, because I like to see my dress and be done within like an hour. So what we're gonna do, start first with our simple dress, or just your skirt piece, and even if you're gonna add ruffles in the binding. I'm gonna put this over here to the side. What we're gonna do, we're gonna get our skirt piece here. We got 2 of them, both of them cut on the fold, okay? And we'll right sides together. I like to pull these in so, because I mean, all right. And then we're going to sew along the raw edges here, okay? We're going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance around the raw edges, or serge, whatever you prefer, okay? So that's what we're going to do with the skirt piece here. I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to do all of this at the same time. With my binding, we're going to take these also, right sides together. Okay. Right sides together, and we're going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance, or you can serge or do both here along the edge here for our binding. And then for our ruffles, you're going to have 4 pieces. So what you'll do is also take this, and we're going to attach them, the raw edges here. Boom. Grab another piece here, and we'll attach these, all 4 of these, and you can hem or roll hem. If you're roll hemming, just take off a 1/2 inch, okay? So I'm going to do all of this, and I will also, with my ruffles, I will gather my ruffles off camera, and I'll show you what that looks like when I get back. All right, so we have our main, our skirt pieces both sewn together, our band, hem band, peekaboo, like hem band. And what I did with that is, after I've sewn both the short ends together, it tells us to put wrong sides touching to fold, okay? So then you can get your hem band here. And then I've also got my ruffles here. So now I just went ahead and just, I just serged the bottom edge of it. Alrighty, so now let's first attach our hem band here. Put this to the side of our ruffles. Alright, let's attach our hem band. So what we're going to do is with the side seam here, and the raw edges is going to be, they're going to be together, okay? So let's just put our hem band touching over here, where we're going to line up our side seams here, and the raw ends are going to be in the edge. I'll line up that first. Boom. And then go over here and line up this side. And then we're going to pin all the way around. Okay, so if you want to, you can take this to your sewing machine. You can just baste your hem band. And also, if you're just doing the regular hem band and not adding ruffles, this would be your next step, to just doing a regular hem band. hemband to it, okay? Before we go to add in our placket pieces. And I forgot to tell you that I had a placket piece. It's somewhere around here. I probably got to cut it out. But yeah, so this is that portion of it. So boom, on that end. Like I said, if you want to go ahead and hem it, baste it, you can. Now grab our ruffle here. And what I'm going to do, and this is going to be right sides together, I am going to boom like that and take this one. The ruffle is going to be, your hemband is going to be sandwiched in between your ruffles and your skirt piece. So we're going to do that. Boom. And then we're going to attach, well, pin our ruffles. Oh. Okay. Not quite sure, so I'm probably going to have to do a little bit more adjusting to my ruffles, which is fine. So let's fast forward this baby and have them. Now I am going to take this to my machine and I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm also going to serge off all of the raw ends here. And then I will show you what to do next. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but this is our skirt and it is almost done. Now we need to add our placket piece here. It says that we need to find the center of our, let's find the center of our skirt piece. Grab your disappearing marker. Find your ruler, because it's somewhere around here. And then we're going to mark. It's on the front side, but you can do it on the back. It doesn't matter. Mark down. Let's see. Make a mark about 2.5 inches. That's 2.5 down the center. Make sure down the. I got a little crazy over here. Down the center. Here go my placket piece here. Boom. Move this baby out the way. Let's see. And then we're just gonna cut here. Ooh, these, I don't know why I even got these scissors. To that, let me get some more scissors. This is why I be cutting paper with. Y'all, have y'all ever, y'all be like losing my scissors everywhere. I don't know where they are. Okay, well, bear with me. So, okay, we're going to cut to the 1/2 inch mark, and then I'm just going to do like a little V shape here, like that. Look at it, it got wings. Hold on. That'd probably be a little too much, but all right. So, got that part done. Now grab your pins. Okay, so grab your placket piece. The pattern tells us to fold it 3/4 inch on one side and the other side there. The right side of my placket piece will be touching the wrong side of my skirt. Just find the center here, like that. And we're going to pin. Okay, that's too much. So let's just do this. Start here first. over here. And we're going to sew in that crease that we made. Make sure. And then we're going, after we sew in this crease that we made, we're going to fold this over on itself and sew again. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my placket piece attached. I've also, when I attached it, I pulled the placket piece behind the to the wrong side and I stitched. And then I also went ahead and gathered my skirt piece. Now here's the fun part. Grab your bodice. Here's the fun part. Grab your bodice. Take these out, and then you need your pins. Okay, right sides together. I'm going to take my skirt piece and put it to the wrong side out. Grab your bodice, and I'm going to put my bodice inside of my skirt piece here. So if you were planning on doing the placket piece that extends over into the skirt, go back to your pattern, and it'll tell you how much from the center front you need to measure over for that width, you know, for it to go down. I'm not doing that, so my bad. But let's do our attach our bodice. Okay, so I'm going to start in the back here and pin. Then to get my side seams and pin side seams of my skirt and my dress. I'm going to go back here. And then we're just going to pin, and then I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance and serge my raw ends. Okay. Okay, so let's go and sew, and we're going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I will serge, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, we are done, y'all. So I went ahead and hemmed my ruffles, my peekaboo ruffles. I've also added snaps in the back. Let's see what else. That's pretty much it. So yes, look, congratulations, y'all. You guys just finished your dress. It's super cute. I thank you guys so much for sewing with me this week. Y'all have been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, look, I'm ready to see what y'all got. I hope you guys have a great week, a great day, a just awesome sewing week. And I will see you guys later. Bye.